Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. I hope everyone's enjoyed their week. Just get on my way home. Been a long week. Started the week off, gas prices 385, back up to 409 everywhere. Wonder why we can never have my paycheck goes faster than I make it. For those of you that's tuning in to YouTube, I can't see the chat, so I'm streaming from over on the mind. Well, not on the mind. I'm streaming from the app, gathering app. It's Etsy app. So I can't see chat. Just get that out of the way now. It's been a little bit since I've done a video over here. I've been playing around over on Twitter on Spaces. It's kind of another interesting little thing where we can do live streams and stuff with groups of people and interact with. So I'll be kind of experimenting with it, playing with it. Nice thing is I can be mobile while doing it, just like I can be mobile here with the Jetsy app. Like I said, it's been a crazy week. Finally feeling a little bit better. Still not 100%, but I'm also in the situation now. I can't miss any more work until I get my points back down. Which, it's one of those things that, I think it's bullshit. You go to the doctors, and you get a doctor's excuse saying, you can't work these days, and you still get half a point. It's a medical leave. Granted, I've been sick so much this year. Half the points add up, especially when I'm not building any points up. It takes 10 points to basically clear up for a day, which makes it no points lost. But you don't have it, and it's a half a point. So I got my warning this week about it, which kind of pissed me off. More than pissed me off. All the overtime time I've worked, all the hours, every time they've asked me, oh, can you cover for this person? Doing 13, 14 hours most of last year. Teams doing 11 and a half, 12 hours this year for a couple of weeks when asked and they want to complain. Well, you guys have been keep doing this mandatory overtime. You don't have people running skeleton crews. It's just frustrating. Just when I was finally getting everything caught back up, days. Really, a lot of people think it's up and down the weather we're having, where it can't make up its mind if it wants to be 70 or 30 or 20. There's a lot of things going on. Some things that were supposed to that were planned for the next 3 weeks that's been canceled. So it's like I'm just I'm glad it's the weekend, even though it's going to be a short weekend because they're making us work Mother's Day. Mandatory overtime. So this weekend it's going to be rest and decision making time on some things. Like we can't even go a week without rain. But you know what they say: when it rains, it pours. But I kind of like the rain, so it's not flooding yet in my life. I always bounce back. I mean, I haven't even got any fishing in this year. I haven't had the money to buy a fishing license yet. That's literally how bad things have been. But the weather has. We just haven't had any back-to-back warm days, and when we do, the temperatures plummets, and it hasn't been a good season to be fishing. Now next week everything forecast is looking great. But doesn't matter really matter if it's nice on the weekend because I'm at work. I work 11 hour days. I experimented with that this weekend with my regular 10 instead of coming in that hour early. And sure enough, started the night out behind, playing catch up half the night. It's like this. But the other day, Fed raised his interest rates, talking about, oh, it's going to help the economy. No, it's not. It's hurting at the everyday working people who's got bills, who's got debts. You're not helping. You're making things worse. The only thing it's ever since Biden and his administration has taken over, all they've done is steadily drive this country further and further into the ground. But yet they'll send 33 billion to Ukraine when that money's needed here. That's just putting us farther in debt, giving the Fed more excuses to raise the interest rates again next time around. I'm sick of what this administration is doing in this country. I'm sick of all the corruption in our federal government. I mean, damn, even the Supreme Court can't. It's got a leak in it now. I mean, it's like really, we're supposed to go to our highest court in the land is supposed to be infallible, and they're not. They've screwed us in the past. But I mean, it's ridiculous. But a well timely leak, a well timely distraction. That's what it turned out. Distracting for all the stuff that's come out this week. Distracting people from the Ukraine, the documents that were released from Pfizer. Everybody's distracted. You know, that's all everybody wanted to talk about this week. It's Roe v. versus Wade, Supreme Court. Man, I'm tired of hearing. It's like they find this stupidest things that they know are going to fit and divide this country and get people arguing with each other. That's why they leaked it. That was the intention. Here, look over here. We need more division. We need more discord. We don't want you asking questions why we're helping Ukraine and not the American people. Why we're not representing you. We're representing some third world country that's not even NATO, part of NATO, not even an ally of us. But Pelosi and them will go over there for their little photo ops. I mean, any other president that would have said stuff like Biden has said, man, they'd be ran through and right through the polls for every time they slipped up. Nope, they just ignore it. We have an unfit, mentally unstable president that should not, that should be impeached immediately. But no, neither party wants to bring up articles of impeachment. Yeah, and the other sad thing is, oh, we did see a new face win in Ohio through the primaries. So that's a good thing. I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to give him no props or anything like that. Much other than it's a new post. It's not the same career people we've had in the state. Definitely, I'll have to do some research on him. But I haven't been too enthused about what politicians come from our state anyway. I mean, look at Jim Jordan. Talk's a good game, but no action. You know, they're still, it's just like you really, you're having a bad week or a bad day. The last thing you really want to talk about is the news, the state of affairs of our country. It's gotten that dismal, honestly. So many people out there are struggling. They shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. There's really no reason for it. If you sit there and add up all the money we've sent to Ukraine, the billions. But hey, who's going to have to pay that back? Oh, that's right, the taxpayers, us. No, but I said it before this year started. This ain't going to be a good year. I There's just nothing that was going to be nothing nice to say about this year, and it's holding true. I mean, all these fields out here flooded because we haven't had enough dry weather to dry it up. So there's just a little bit of rain is saturated. So we're not getting a little bit of rain. We're getting days on end. The third day in a row, it's rain, which is bad because it's going to be hurting the farmers. And the farmers are going to be late getting their crops out. And already projected to be a bad year for them with food shortages, high cost, high price of diesel. I mean, it's just wow. I'm seeing a lot of these cornfields not even planted, not even not even tilled yet. You know? Same with a lot of people trying to get gardens out, especially if you've been in Midwest, Northwest areas like I am. Our weather's been so unpredictable. Well, we haven't really didn't want to plant because of the frost. Because our temperature's been dropping below 30. So a lot of people aren't going to be able to get their gardens out till maybe next week. It's a temperature state forecast the way they are, and not change. 70s, 80s. That's normal May weather. That's the worst part of it all. We think the food prices of the food costs right now in the grocery stores and marketplaces is bad. Wait till we get further in the year. Wait till winter. I'm not even trying to really think about it because it's that bad. Then it's going to be worse because we rely on so much of our imports from China China, basically they've got a blockade going on out there. Just ships setting out in open water because they can't dock and unload or load. I mean, it's like it's bad because of what's going on over in China. But that's what happens when we rely on we let corporations run things and control things to where we don't even make hardly anything for our own products here in the United States. Things outsourced for cheaper labor. Well, call it for what it is, slave labor, or to skirt OSHA and stricter laws here in the United States. So what we need to be doing is bringing our own businesses back, getting away from the corporations, start making our own stuff, and not reliant on any other country. Well, that's kind of hard, when our politicians are making millions of dollars off these corporations and stocks. Some of them are shareholders, owners of corporations. But as I'm saying, it's been designed to do this. That's how they keep their control. It really is. The more people are struggling, become more reliant on the government, the less freedoms we have. And, I see a lot of good things. I see more people waking up, more people talking about these topics. I mean, eventually, people are just going to get so sick and tired of it. They're just going to say, enough's enough. What do we got to do? But unfortunately, how bad does it got to get? I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't think we're going to be able to make it to the next presidential election cycle. The way things are going right now, how our president and our government doing everything in their power to destroy this country, I really don't think things keep going the way they're going. We're not going to make it to the next election cycle. Things haven't even started ramping up yet. We have primaries going on, we have few people talking about it anymore because there's so many distractions going, so many topics that are intentionally brought happening that keep us from talking about it. Then, censorship's going to ramp up as well, as it always does when it gets this time of year. We're basically put in a situation where we got to start looking out for each other, having more conversations with people. No matter how much they try to divide us, we need to unify even stronger. Put our differences aside. Don't let them bring up these controversial topics that will divide. And we all knew it was coming. They've been talking about the Roe versus Wade vote. That's not until June, since January. There's already been talk of it. Talk. It's going to be the new CW. It's going to be, and it is. It will divide people. It has every time it gets brought up. It's probably the one topic that I very seldom discuss. I think it may have been discussed 3 times at the most in the 7 years that I've been doing these podcasts on this channel. Do I have my views and opinions on the topic? Yes, they're mine. Don't need to be shared. Don't need to be discussed. That's the way I've always treated that stuff. I mean, now, off channel and off things, do we talk? Have this? Do we discuss it? Yeah, we talked about it. We've shared our views and opinions privately in our own little communities and so forth. But why am I going to sit here and talk about something that's just going to cause discord and division? I know, I get it. Everybody has their own opinion and view on it. And it's great. You should. But let's leave it at that. No one's right. No one's wrong. It's just that your opinion, your view. It's shared by some and equally not shared by others. It's like politics. The label game in politics is meant to divide you. And it does. It divides so many people. We should be and voting a label based on a label. We should be voting on a person's actions, not their words, their actions. I've stated this time and time again. Actions speak louder than words. We want people in there that's going to represent us. It's going to represent the oaths that they take to uphold and protect the Constitution, not destroy it. Our representatives should be put always and first most put America first and American people first, not another country. We live in a broken system. The system's been broken. It's designed that way. Like so many systems before it. And you start getting the greed and lust and ego, lust of money, they lose focus on what their job is. Their job becomes benefiting themselves and not the one that they represent. Benefiting a social class and putting a social class above all others and treating the other classes like they are second-rate citizen slaves. But like I said, enough people's had enough. I got tired of what's taken place throughout for the last 20, 30 years. We're not going to see big change. And change ain't going to happen overnight. For as long as they've plotted to do the things that they've done, and a lot of these things they planned 20, 30, 40 years ago, that's just now coming to fruition. And they're scheming and planning for the next 30, 40 years. Small changes here and there. That's why I've always stated we want real change, all from the top to the very bottom. It all needs replaced. We literally got to take control back ourselves. We got to take our government back, and it'll take time. Relying on primaries, relying on getting the right people in. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen over one election cycle. But if we keep voting the same people back in, we get no change. We just get the same song and dance. I don't know. I mean, are you guys tired of that same old song? Don't you guys want to change? You can't change it to a new song and dance? Something that benefits everyone, not just the few that's in power. I honestly think this is about going to be a first. I really don't even feel like doing this podcast and chatting because I'm just not feeling it. I'm really not. I'm not feeling the things I'm seeing. I don't like the direction we're going, but now you're just one voice. You're going to see a millions constantly watching things just repeat itself. What's the newest distraction of the day? It's going to distract everybody and further divide them and get them arguing amongst themselves. I mean, you guys realize you're being played like puppets. You're just some marionette on a string having your strings pulled at somebody's whimsical will. Well, I'm actually going to end this podcast before I say something I regret later. I think sometimes self censorship might be good. At least in my case, it's good. You know, it's funny. I'm usually not the one to hold back words. It's just, you know what? It's just been one of those weeks. I'm just going to chalk it up to that. You guys enjoy your weekend. To all you mothers out there, you guys have a happy Mother's Day. You guys be safe, and I will talk to you when I'm in more of a positive mood. Enjoy yourselves.